Hello everyone. I'm Angela, and I've normally been doing these videos over on my Blue Eye Marketing page as I've incorporated them for business meetings and business principles that I've been helping clients with on as they move through this unusual time in their business. And the pages on Facebook aren't working. My pages on Facebook aren't moving. So I'm just, trusting in divine guidance here, and I'm just meant to be here with y'all on my personal page. So the sun is shining down today. It is glorious. I see a little gecko. I guess technically they're not geckos. There's something else on the roof of the lanai here, and the cats love the lanai out here. So if you see them hunting geckos, that's what they're doing. They enjoy this space too. So how are you all doing? Thank you for those of you who have been tuning in or pulling the archived videos up day after day, sending me sweet notes of kindness and support and generosity. It's really beautiful. There are a lot of gifts that are coming out of this. Are you looking for them? Because they are there. And I want to take some time for anyone who watches this from my hometown area. I actually graduated from Sandy Creek, but spent a lot of my life in Pulaski growing up, and spent many years there as an adult as well. And both my grandparents, Pearl and Tony, come from that area, and there is a great cloud of sadness that has come over the town in the last week in particular, but really over the last 3 weeks. It began when their son, Bruce Krupke, this is the Krupke family. You'll see on many of the friends that I have on Facebook, you'll see hashtag Team Krupke. And the Krupke family has been a staple one of those foundational legacy families, in our town. They built up so much of what our town is known for, and have supported and participated and been engaged and involved and giving of their time and efforts and business savvy and entrepreneurship for decades and decades. Chuck Krupke was my mom's first boss, my mom Janie Bontemes. Her first boss, she worked in the ice cream shop, and her comment to me this past week, both Chuck and Jane passed this past week of the COVID-19, and their son Bruce died just a couple of weeks ago. And Dan and Becky, and Dan's wife Sylvia, who I know all of you are experiencing such grief. I could pretend I can imagine, but I can't. But what I know for sure, Chuck was my grandmother's trumpeter for 30 years. He played the trumpet, magnificently, and they did all these wonderful shows, and I remember growing up and singing and performing with them, and really wonderful. And Dan owns a business. Sylvia's a school nurse. I mean, they're really beautiful people, and they're really going through it right now. So if everyone could send their love and ease and blessings to the Krupke family. To say, look for the gifts through this, I again cannot fully empathize, but what I can say, and I believe this in my heart of hearts, is that it is by design. And as difficult as it is for people that are left here with their grief and their sense of loss, tremendous loss, there is beauty in some of this as well on the other side of this, that Jane and Chuck, having been together for so many years, have decided that their work needs to be on the other side now together, and they're going to continue that journey. It's a change in chapter, and very difficult for those of us left behind, certainly their families and loved ones, to understand and embrace all of that. But in time, my sense is that you'll see those gifts continue to crop up that they have those ripples in the pond that they have created over so many years of love and devotion to family and devotion to community. So with that, I just read something about a Facebook friend who lost his son last week, 24 years old. I do not know the particulars, but based on what I'm seeing is that I believe it was, he took his own life. And one of the things that Derek wrote about today, these really heart-wrenching, heart-breaking open poems, was that what if the greatest investment, not the money and the stocks and the investments that we see on Wall Street and the material objects, what if the greatest investment we can make is in love? You know, if we got $1,000 in our bank account every single time we expressed love, how often would love be being expressed? So what if the true only investment is love? And this is where I am coming from every day with these videos. And it will resonate with some, and some are on different places on this spectrum of emotion that we're all experiencing. So we are all in this together. We always have been. But I also recognize that people are at different places with how they are reacting to this, where their mindset is. So what I might encourage you, and this is what every video, I'm on this 21-day quest up through April 14th to do a video every single day. So we have a ways to go yet. I encourage you to check out some of the other videos. Some of them are specifically about business. Some integrate the two, the beauty and the brains, the mindfulness and the wellness that can be in your work. That is really what this is ultimately all about for me. That's where I am at on my journey, is integrating and embracing the things that I love and the things that bring me satisfaction and joy and ease, and integrating them more and more deeply in my work and with my clients, and those small shifts that mean the world of difference. Because no matter what you're doing in business, it really is only ever for the same means: to feel comfort, to feel significance, to have impact, to have joy. Those root motivators are the same. It doesn't matter your size of business. It doesn't matter the amount of wealth or financial wealth or lack of financial wealth you may feel you have. There is, on some level, there's nothing that's ever totally new. It has been thought of or created upon or generated from previous wisdom. And then the way you bring it into the world is uniquely you. It is new. But the principles are principles, and they have been there for the eons, for the generations. These two books changed my life, along with the work that I do with them, because you can read a book, but if 85% of people who read a book never do anything with it, never embrace it, never live it, never adapt it into their lives, then it was good reading, I suppose. But the idea of every book that I introduce to you in this series is about calling one or two really beautiful gems from that book that you can adapt. It might be foolhardy to think that you can adapt everything. I mean, even A Course in Miracles, which is quite lengthy and laborious to read. I think anyone who's gone through the Course in Miracles is still evolving. We're still learning. And that is forever the course of life. When you stop learning, and you cease to see the contrast, or cease to exist. I saw that this morning as well. Cease to exist. Meaning, if everything is all perfectly in place, there's no point of being here any longer. So, embrace the contrast that you are experiencing right now. Contrast meaning the highs and the lows, the dark days with the bright days, the ease with the discomfort. Embrace all of it. It is all part of the lesson. It is all part of the path. I want to read you something from Louise Hay's book. All disease comes from a state of unforgiveness. All disease comes from a state of unforgiveness. I woke up with hives. True story. I have them. Mostly on my wrists and arms, few elsewhere. Hives. And while on the surface, many would say, well, yeah, that's anxiety, that's stress or worry, and it is on the surface level. But deeper underneath that is a root cause. And this other book that I reference as a Bible, says that it comes from a place of unforgiveness. And really all dis-ease, illness, comes from a place of unforgiveness. Whenever we are ill, we need to search our hearts to see it is who we need to forgive. The Course in Miracles says that all disease comes from a state of unforgiveness, and that whenever we are ill, we need to look around to see who it is that we need to forgive. Now, your immediate reaction might be, oh, nobody's harmed me, nobody's done anything to me this week. You need to forgive the President of the United States. Can you do that? That's a big one. Start small. Do you need to forgive the gentleman who pushed in front of you and didn't keep his 6 feet of social distance from you at the grocery store? The gentleman who cut you off? Or the woman who gave you a dirty look? I mean, I don't know. A boss who was short with you or didn't appreciate something you were doing. A daughter who was sassy, that didn't seem all that appreciative of the dinner that you made her. Or what? So if something comes up, if you're experiencing something, a gut ache, headache for sure, rather than, yes, you can go to the pantry and grab yourself a pill, but maybe it's time to stop relying on the pills to feel better. Maybe it keeps coming up, the bad migraine or the gut ache or the acid reflux or the hives. Maybe they come up because first there's someone that you need to forgive. And almost always that includes yourself. It includes yourself. Can you forgive yourself for what? For all of it. Can you forgive yourself for losing money? Can you forgive yourself for an argument with a loved one on their deathbed or just before they died, cruel words they may have said to you? Can you forgive yourself? And can you forgive them? Because here's the thing in forgiveness. It doesn't make what that person did right. It isn't about that. It is about releasing the burden, releasing the 100 pounds on your chest, releasing the need to feel like you need to react and swell up to protect yourself. So here is the affirmation. There is always on the other side of that release, of forgiveness. And here's what a release sounds like. And then I can share with you, or you can experience for yourself what it feels like. It's super simple. Keep it simple, folks. Here's a release around something or someone, including yourself, that you might like to forgive. For the sake of you and the sake of all. A nice deep breath and a release. And it is simply this. I release all angst and anxiety and sadness around my argument that I had. I release and I forgive. I forgive myself. I forgive my daughter. And all is well. I bring peace into every corner of my life. and I trust that all is well. And I say goodbye now to that which no longer serves me. Amen. That's it. And the affirmation is, all is well. I bring peace and ease to every corner of my life. I love and appreciate myself. I forgive myself, and I reassure myself that all is well. I look for the gifts, and I bring peace to every corner of my life. Amen. And I will say that I bring peace to every corner of my life. I will say it once, 3 times, however often I feel is right for me. And the hives will go away. And maybe they'll go away on their own. But the idea is that I would like to facilitate their going away. So I bring peace and ease within my body, and I feel it throughout my cells, and I surround myself in nature. So that brings me to our 5 things that we're doing each and every time in these videos, our blooming toolkit. The first one is appreciate. What do you appreciate? Can you find at least 3 things that you appreciate? And write it down, say it out loud, say it to yourself, what you appreciate. And the more you appreciate, the more things there are to appreciate. They pop up like wildflowers. It's wonderful. So appreciation is the first tool. Simple, simple. The second simple tool is to meditate. Even if it's for a few minutes. That's all that you can bring yourself to realize right now, then that is fine. It's all right. It is all good. Download an app called Calm. I use it. It's great. My daughter uses it. There are some. Om is an app through Mind Valley. I like Calm. It's easy. It has lots of variety. That is if you're doing a guided meditation, which if you're new to meditation might be a helpful tool for you. You can also keep it even simpler and just find a really beautiful space where you sit and you pray and you release, and then you sit with your breath. You listen to the hum of the pool filter, or the hum of a fountain, or a hum of a refrigerator or ceiling fan. Anything that helps you relax and breathe. And the breath helps you relax. It will not, if you've not done it, it won't feel completely natural at first. But it will over time if you stay with it. Just be with it. Stay with it. And when a thought comes through, just say, and it will. And maybe lots of them will come through. That's a thought. Thank you. I'll think about that after. 9 times out of 10, the thought is gone and it doesn't come back. But just acknowledge it. Don't fight it. Acknowledge it and come back to your breath. It's as simple as that. Meditation is not about having no thoughts. It's about being with your thoughts and letting them go so that you can come back and have a clean slate. So meditate. The next is write. I got a text yesterday. I'm not a writer. I don't like to write. I don't know how to write. It's going to be ridiculous. Yes, it might be, but you're the only one seeing it, and you're the only one labeling it ridiculous. So question that. You know, to me, writing is cathartic. It's a way to get these, just like these videos is a form of journaling for me. You know, if the act of physically writing there is a mind-body connection that occurs, that when you write, you could write. I went to the grocery store and this gentleman cut me off and I was frustrated and I was angry, and then I wonder why people can't appreciate my personal space and they can't just follow the rules. And see what you're writing. You don't have to read it right away. Go back in a few weeks and look at what you've written. It's a way to get it out of you and get it out of your body and onto the page. And through that, a release happens. Voila! Now this is what a release feels like. You just take a nice deep breath and you giggle, you laugh. Humor comes into your energy. It feels like, the other day a client likened it to me like when they go to the chiropractor, it felt like someone cracked their back and like, that feeling. A release could you just feel lighter. You just feel lighter in your body. That's what a release feels like now. Isn't that worth feeling lighter, feeling like you just had your back cracked, like you just broke open and are breathing more easily and can giggle? Isn't that worth giving this a try? I think so. I think so. Works for me. Another is moving your body. You know, going for a swim if you can, if you're in a part of the world that you can, or going for a walk, you can do that. You can be out in nature. Moving your body can just simply mean simple stretches. The Donna Eden exercises, the 7-minute energy routine in the morning that I've been sharing every day. You know, what are you doing? Are you waking up your immune system? Are you tapping? Are you stretching? Are you doing the things, whatever modality works for you? If doing a full blast workout works for you, you know, try it. I just happen to believe right now the tempo of everything is by design. And the tempo is slow it down, breathe it in, revel, stretch, be easy, be kind, be gentle on yourself. That to me is what all of this is about. Is finding a new rhythm, a rhythm where you can thrive and make money and be happy at the same time. Work shouldn't feel like you're lifting 100 pounds every day, you know? But that ease is not about the work. It's about where your head and your heart are at in doing it. And the last one is the acts of kindness and generosity. And the smallest hello, a smile, a wave. It was someone with your family, a random hug. I love you so much. You're doing so great during this. Be encouraging. It's natural to have flare-ups. That's life. And, you know, let's face it, we're being put into a place that is smaller than what we're used to, maybe. So what can you glean from all of this? That's really what blooming and Tools for Blooming is all about, is that you're doing this, you're getting through this, no one's coming and gobbling you up. So if you can do this, if you can find peace and resolve and ease, if you can get to that place, even for 2 minutes a day, then you can radiate that like ripples in a pond, like the Krupkes have done for so many years, ripples in the pond. You can radiate that, you can be that. And as you be that, and as you radiate that, your surroundings and all that you do be that, are that, become that. That is my absolute promise to you. So if you have questions, thoughts, ideas, email me, bloom@angelamoonin.com or angela@blueeyemargin. You can visit the new website that's up. That's something that I bloomed through all of this, through my bloom boxes, and that's bloomwithangela.com, and look at all the little beautiful, simple pleasures and tiny treasures that you can send forth to others. I mean, it's been a beautiful, amazing project for me. It's so exciting. So thank you to all of you who've ordered one or considering ordering one. I'd love to answer any questions you may have. And I will send blessings and love and joy in every box, in every bloom box. So be well, take care, practice your 5 tools for blooming. If you do none of the other 4 tools, if you feel like not moving your body, if you feel like not writing and journaling, if you feel like I don't want to be kind or generous to anyone, then at least do the meditation. Because guess what? That is the root. That time with yourself allows everything else to bloom. The kindness and acts of generosity will come. The writing will come. The moving your body will come. The appreciation will come if you can find the time to meditate. And there are so many tools and resources to support you in doing it. There's no getting it wrong. There's no wrong way to meditate. Anyone who says, you must do this, you must be in the lotus position, and you must have this, and do it for 45 minutes, and do it, phooey. Just phooey on all of that. A few minutes by yourself, quiet, and breath. And if you can work towards 15 or 20 minutes or 25 minutes, great. Just start where you are. And that's what we all get to do right now, is just start where we are. Appreciate where we are. Love and accept and embrace where we are, who we are, right here, right now. Heart of the moment. Much love. See you tomorrow at noon Eastern Standard. Bye for now.